All right, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful night. This is your watch list for April 3rd. Today's April 2nd. A few new plays, but really mainly focusing on, for the options traders out there, the timing of all these plays and how things are developing. We've had 2 days in a row. The market, even the futures, are coming up. So it looks like tomorrow could be a pretty strong day. However, we've been seeing some interesting moves, with these gap ups and coming down, but barely. And it's been affecting the contracts, and it's been leaving windows of opportunity in the morning to snag a few, and then the other ones that are getting left behind are becoming a total, well, if you've been on the chat, you know what I'm going to say. So before I get into that, make sure you guys thumbs up the video if you like this content, and if you are new, make sure you subscribe as well. But mainly, I need you guys to post your watch list below. That's the point, and we're going to take these, every comment. I go over them on stream tomorrow morning. We're live 30 minutes before open. We're trading the whole day. It's in the description. It's pinned in the chat, so make sure you guys are there. It's good. I'm excited. I think this whole week, and this is why, it's with these plays, it's with what's setting up, because I think this is going to be a 2-day watch list for you guys, in the sense that it is tomorrow could be exciting, or Thursday, but these next 2 days are going to be, the next 2 days are going to be pivotal, and it has to do a lot with how this stuff is moved. Again, the VIX got crushed, the option pricing, I said this in the market recap, the calls aren't really pricing anything too heavy, so if we even get a push here, these last 2 days, was a strong up day on Monday, but today was kind of weak, so it's really changing the dynamic of these calls. So there is going to be opportunity, and if nothing happens again tomorrow, it's going to open a real window up for Thursday. Or if we do get the move today or tomorrow, then Thursday's it's gonna be an interesting Thursday, Friday, and be prepared to take profits on these. And also, it's earnings season, so again, one of the plays on here, I'll start with this. I didn't really think I was going to, but it's relatable. Earnings, make sure you guys are setting up for these. I actually have a put, and I'm in the money on it, or I'm about to be in the money, and I bought it a few weeks ago on Walgreens. So they reported, they had, I forgot the phrase that came from the earnings report, but it was awful. It affected CVS as well. Even Procter & Gamble and Johnson & Johnson got hit from there. So I want to see what's going to happen here. We've seen a lot of earnings plays. It's taken a big haircut. The put premium is pretty expensive. However, depending on how tomorrow opens and what it does, but if it does break below 55, I expect a continuation. So if this continues and the earnings sell off, or even now a buy the dip opportunity, you guys have seen, if it doesn't drop below, you guys have seen kind of the next day reaction. But again, it's either going to respond tomorrow or Thursday, depending on how it plays out. But that's a good one to watch. The one I was going to start with was Roku. This was about a 500% play, and we missed it again today. It had 6% move yesterday. Today it opened down 2% and rallied up. So this was a steal. This was the steal. Facebook also went up. Those went 500%. I missed those. I was going to get them this morning. That was another great opportunity. But Roku, I'm going to keep an eye on for it. If it holds up, tomorrow, what I'm expecting, it holds flat. However, if there is some gas and it gets going, it's approaching all-time highs here, or a recent high. I don't think all-time high. Yeah, actually a recent high for the IPO. So it could get a little bubbly. The calls are expensive, though. So again, I'm going to be looking out for it right in the morning to see if it does another one of these pop, lock, and drop it's and go from there. So that's the first one, Roku. Next is Apple. People are talking, key levels and some of the other developments, really, and especially chip makers. I'm going to bring up NVIDIA too. Watch that, because all of these, Roku, expensive contracts, Walgreens, expensive contracts, NVIDIA and Apple contracts are expensive on the calls. However, they're holding up weak. So if there is a dip and we do get strength in the market, the calls could have a good opportunity. The puts, you're gonna need a big dollar move on Apple for those to become profitable. However, NVIDIA, both the calls and the puts were down today. So remember, I showed you guys the same thing on Boeing that last time we were able to hit a big play on there. But here, you could look at the weeklies. I believe if you go to the April 18th, it's not as bad. These are barely up. But again, the calls are holding weak. But if you do look on the weeklies, and if we do get some power moves, we saw AMD and Micron really just led the way. And again, Apple had a big move. So, NVIDIA could be brewing up. But the contracts are the calls are both down as well as the puts. So you're getting a real premium crush there. So that could open up an opportunity. And that's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow for sure. And then Amazon. I said this. I want to see that theta come down on it, and it's doing exactly what I wanted. So now it's going to be a mix of where it was trading a little weird today. I didn't like that, but what I want to wait for, it had a $30 update yesterday. It only moved like $10 top to bottom. So that killed the momentum from there. And then the other, 4 or 5 days. So the contracts are going to start getting cheap here. So if we do start to stagnate or we don't see a big move on Amazon, I'm going to look there. I'm going to be very tentative on the Amazon plays because they have been a little weird, but I'm definitely going to keep them eyed. And then another one, again, this goes in line with Roku, Square. And I brought this up yesterday. This is literally an XLF on crack. I'm looking for calls on this if the financials are going to go up, and we'll see what it does, or even an inverse. So there's that. And then McDonald's and FedEx, those are the old ones, but these are the slow movers. FedEx is faster, but McDonald's, it held up. It kind of closed with some strength today, so kind of. But the options, again, McDonald's falls into the same scenario as in NVIDIA, where the calls and puts are both cheaper. No, excuse me. I think the puts actually skyrocketed. No, I think by end of close, that puts actually ended up coming down. So, yeah, both puts and calls became cheaper. So that is going to be a good opportunity. It is, you guys are seeing, it's a slow mover. And again, even sometimes, though, with the puts and calls being cheaper, understand that's the market even saying, hey, it's not really, they're not really expecting something. And honestly, it's been pretty spot on throughout I've been noticing a lot of the market maker pricing has been really to a T in this market. So keep an eye out for that. But those are those plays. As far as adding to this, we talked about it last week. It's going to come into play, but the Asian stocks, but specifically Win. So keep your guys' eye out on that. Although it did make a big move up, the thing I like about Win, it is a very volatile stock, and it really can make huge moves. The options could get cheap. The only downside is the spreads, and then usually once it starts carrying in one direction, you're kind of screwed on there. So you have to really be right on it. But I like Win. I like Alibaba, and I don't know if this news, I got to confirm it, but I believe somebody's trying to liquidate one of the second largest shareholders of Alibaba. I think so. I think if we go at extended hours, yeah. So that's going to be a good one in the morning. Honestly, I think that one might even be the main one, but it could have an effect now on JDYY. So right off the gate tomorrow, you guys should remind me, but I'm probably going to bring this up, but that is what I'm going to be looking for, a lot of the Asian stocks. And then again, we could play the others, some of the ETFs, and even TLT, we'll see. But I was looking at them today. They weren't really they weren't shaping up to be anything too special. But those are what I'm going to be watching. I'm going to keep my eyes out even on some big names too, as well as like Johnson & Johnson. But you guys will see. Let me know what your guys' watch lists are. This is your guys' moment. Put it below. I need you excited. I need you there in the morning. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep early again. Hopefully I don't wake up tired, but it's going to be a good day, boys. I hope you're ready. Subscribe if you're new, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. Let's go.